In resting and getting familiar with what is at the basis, there can be all kinds of points of view that come up, including things that are just whatever they are. But if these things come up and they feel like they're harmful to you, then you need to request support from someone else who's resting in awareness. Resting in awareness is entirely beneficial. It isn't a license to go pell-mell doing whatever you want to do. So you can know that you're resting in awareness by its display of benefit. Now, I'm not suggesting any particular course of action. There are all kinds of stories from all kinds of different traditions about skillful means and the application of skillful means by a wisdom master, and that application of skillful means may look harmful to everyone else, but it's exactly appropriate in a given situation. With that said, when you begin to rest in awareness, and this is stated very specifically in the teaching, for everyone there will be a time will appear when negative points of view are totally out of control. And that's just organic. It's the nature of things, because as long as there's any point of view that we're believing is somehow not awareness, then we're going to have a visit with that point of view. That point of view, whatever it is, it's going to appear. It's just going to appear. And so whether it's your drinking or your eating or whatever it is, to really recognize the original purity of that doesn't require that you act it out. It's a simple human matter. You just say to that person, hey, this is what's going on with me. What was that like for you? Yeah, it does. Now, in the Great Freedom Teaching, it's never been easier because we have 24/7 support worldwide. Email, telephone, whatever you need, but there's always someone there who can support you if that is needed. I'll give you a little advice. There are many people to have a dialogue with, and many people I'm sure that you'd love to have a dialogue with, and that you'd like to tell them all about what it is you found in resting in awareness. So if that course of action is followed through, that's called evangelism, where you just go out and try to get everyone to listen to your vantage. But there's a much easier way, and that is that you just continue to rest in awareness, and whoever shows up and asks you about that, then you share with them, and there's your dialogue. And there are plenty of those people, as we see here. You know, I didn't get out and try to get everybody here today to have a dialogue. And so just continue to rest, and people show up who want to hear about what's been wonderful for you. They're within the impeccable purity of basic space. There's a natural responsiveness of dynamic benefit. It's like a treasure trove. Everything is a wish-fulfilling gem. So whatever anyone wants, that's what they'll get. And maybe certain people want what you just described that you were involved in. And so that's what they'll get. You know, that's just the way it is. That's part of the dynamic responsiveness of awareness. It doesn't make one thing right or the other thing wrong. But when it gets right down to it, to try to integrate the movement with the non-movement is a lot of work, because you're trying to integrate something that was never unintegrated. In resting awareness, all is beyond integration, beyond evolution, completely beyond all extremes. We might talk about it in terms of evolution, and I sometimes use that word in my talks, but what I relate it to is that we as a human species have come to believe certain things about our mind. And now we're at a critical juncture. If we want to continue on as a species, then we have to go beyond everything that we've learned. We have to let all the conventional reference points go and truly allow these wisdom powers at the basis to be the wisdom ruler, to be the governance of everything as it is. And you see, that cannot be cooked up. This integration cannot be cooked up by dialoguing points of view. If there are points of view dialoguing, that's just more points of view. It's trying to put points of view together into a better skill set that's going to work. But if we just rest in awareness, we see that all the attempts to do that have been completely fruitless. We as a species have destroyed our habitat practically and destroyed our own species. So, we're right on the brink of that right now. So why not find out that about us which can go beyond all that? We've tried all our solutions within points of view of cause and effect and time and space and all these other notions that have been contrived. So why not now get to know that about us which is beyond all that? Everyone already is beyond all that, so why not get to know that? Solve some of the problems from beyond causality rather than meddling around with causality. There are many ways to talk about things and write about things. And I know that it's very clear to you at this point that there is a great difference between something that is just purely intellectually incisive and point of view driven and wisdom speech. So the courageous eloquence of wisdom speech, it cuts through all points of view. It cuts through all points of view all at once. It doesn't have to integrate one thing after another, go to a higher level or lower level or in or out or up and down, above and beyond. It isn't involved in any of that. So you see, wisdom speech, wisdom writing, that kind of thing, and this has been true throughout all of time. It cuts through everything. We can read lots of things, we can write lots of things, but we can read very few things that strip us naked. And we can hear very few words like that either.